Hey, happy Thursday. How's it going, Ariel and Ciara or Sierra? Oh, you're on mute. I don't know what you said.
Sierra, you got it.
Nice. It's nice to meet you both / see you. How are you both feeling?
Feeling good for the most part.
Good. That's good.
Feeling tired, hungry.
Okay.
But
I'm familiar with those things.
the last couple days have been my hunger has like shot up. So
I've never been more hungry than I was when I was pregnant or breastfeeding. Just like insatiable. I can't even describe it. It was more than like a craving. It was like, if I don't eat this specific thing, like my body will die. Like it was like a deep urge.
Yeah.
Very strange. And obviously I didn't need a donut that badly, but like it felt dire.
Yeah.
All right. People are trickling in. My son was just like very upset that I was leaving him right now. It's bedtime, so it's like always just a tricky time emotionally for me to teach. You know, I usually am the one to put him to but we're going to the beach tonight. We're leaving. And so we're trying to keep him awake. So if you hear screaming 1-year-old, because he's staying up late. He'll sleep in the car the whole time. This is the goal.
Wear him out.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
How long is your drive?
Like 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right. So usually most people are in by now. So I'll do a little introduction. So I'm Jess. I'm a yoga therapist and a doula. I specialize in working with people in their reproductive health stages. So whether it's wanting to have a better period, trying to conceive, all the way through pregnancy, birth prep, and postpartum. Postpartum has like a special place in my heart, though, to be honest. And yeah, I love working with everybody along their whole spectrum of reproductive well-being, both using yoga and the tools I know and learned as a doula. This class is for you. It's for you to feel good. It's for you to feel a little more connected to your body, a little more connected to your baby. It's for you to feel both strong and relaxed. It's for you to take what you need and leave the rest. So if there's anything we do or anything I say that just isn't landing with you today for whatever reason, like just put it down. Take what works, leave the rest. You can come to this class and lay down the whole time. You can fall asleep. You can make everything a little more challenging or go a little slower, a little faster. Do what feels good. One thing I like about the Zoom is that there's less like seeing other people and feeling like pressured to look a certain way. So really, like, I can't even see you from where I'm standing. So like, don't worry about it. And nobody's looking at you, you know? Yeah, I think that's it. And I would love to know a little bit more about each of you. So if you don't want to share, you totally don't have to. But if you want to say your name, how many weeks pregnant you are, and maybe something you need from today's class you want to address. And you can go in any order.
I'm Ariel. I'm 36 weeks, almost 37 weeks. And I think I like class makes me feel relaxed afterwards. Makes me a little de-stressed a little bit.
Thursday nights, we all need a little de-stressing. Yeah, cool.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chelsea. I am 25 weeks pregnant. And I'm finally starting to feel good. I went through a long time of morning sickness. And so today I just wish to get some relaxation and I don't know, just a good stretching, I guess.
Nice, nice. I'm so glad you're feeling better. That
Yes.
prolonged nausea, I don't even know. I feel really bad. Like that's horrible.
Yes. And now I can't get rid of the heartburn, but at least I'm feeling better.
Oh my gosh. Catch this woman a break. Oh, well, I hope it goes away soon. Well, if any of the yoga poses, like where our head is below, like the throat and the chest, sometimes the heartburn can act up a little bit when your head's low, you know, because the acid comes up. So if that's happening, I'll just give you options to keep your chest a little higher. Cool. Anybody else?
My name's Sierra. I'm 15 weeks. This is my first class for this pregnancy, but I started around this time when I was pregnant with my son too, and did it all through, and it was so helpful to me. So I'm just happy to kind of restart. This has been a much more difficult beginning of pregnancy than I had the first time around. So I'm also happy to be starting to feel a little bit better, and glad that I didn't have to wait till 25 weeks to get there, but that's it.
Oh, I mean, doesn't matter how long it is, the nausea is awful. Exponentially worse when you're chasing a toddler. Or, I'm sorry, I just assumed how old your child was.
Yeah, almost 2, so you're right.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I thought my husband said my name. Cool, thank you for sharing, and I'm glad you're feeling better too, Sierra. Anybody else?
Hi everyone, I'm Maida. I am 21 weeks tomorrow. I'm very excited. And overall, I will say I'm feeling pretty okay. A little bit of anxiety here and there, you know, according to all these stages that one goes through, but generally okay. And just as Chelsea, I'm just looking for some good stretching because I can feel my body asking for it.
Yes, your body's asking to move, and probably a little bit differently than how you've moved before. Yeah. Anybody else want to share? No pressure, but I'm going to give like a little pause just in case. All right. Okay, let's do this. So for yoga class, you're going to need 2 pillows. If you don't have them, go ahead and gather them, bring them to your space. And we always start this class laying on our left sides. I'm going to spotlight my video. Awesome. So you're going to lay on your left side. And take one pillow underneath your head and another pillow between your thighs or between your shins. There we go. Okay. So you'll look kind of like this. Pillow, pillow, and laying on your side. Taking a few moments to get settled in, let this be comfortable. Maybe you take one hand to your belly, one hand to your baby. Wherever you are, just let this be kind of comfortable. Let it be easeful. If you're later on in pregnancy and you feel a really intense heaviness in your belly and it's kind of tilting down and forward, you can put a pillow or a blanket underneath your belly, underneath baby, and just give yourself a little extra support. There's nothing wrong with getting more support where you need it. And this class is all about asking for just the right supports and giving yourself those supports. So as we move through this class, we're going to play with allowing a sense of fluidity into our bodies.
and giving ourselves structure so that the fluidity has a place to go. Because if we don't give a little structure, a little bit of containment, stability, then the fluidity can just go everywhere. It has no direction or purpose, no rhythm or flow. It needs those boundaries to keep moving, to keep going. And to stay fluid, it needs those supports. So right now, letting the floor and the pillows be your supports. Leaning into them, dropping into them, allowing yourself to be held by the ground, by the earth, hugged in by gravity. And as you're ready, you'll start to reach your right hand just in front of your chest. And you might even remove the pillow between your thighs when you do this, but you'll also take your right leg, extending it just a little bit behind you, nice and long. So I have a wall kind of in my way, but you should be able to let your leg swing back a little bit further than mine. As you're ready, you'll let your right foot pendulum forward and your right arm swing back behind you. And then you'll go the other way, right arm forward, right leg back. So letting your arm and leg kind of pendulum swing in opposite directions. And let this look like similar to what I'm doing, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Really just let your arm and leg be moving opposite each other. And begin to notice here what parts of your body are fluid. Notice the fluid parts, the parts that want to flow. Welcome, Brianna. We're laying on our left side. You might have a pillow under your head. And then also notice what parts are stabilizing, what parts are creating the structure for this. It might be different for everyone, but for me, the parts that are fluid are my right arm and my right leg. What's stable for me is my whole left side, but also my right hip. So just taking note of that for a moment. We'll only do this a couple more times, this pendulum swing. And then when you're ready, you're gonna pause wherever feels good for you. Maybe you wanna pause in this little twist. Maybe you wanna pause in the fetal position or somewhere else. 2 more breaths. And then slowly, when you're ready, you're just gonna roll right over onto your right side. I'm gonna sit up and turn around so I can stay facing you. But you have options here. So you probably just need the one pillow under your head. And just take a moment to pause, adjust yourself, get comfortable, settled. And then when you're ready, you'll extend your left arm forward and your left leg back, finding your pendulum swing. Taking your time, Knowing that this doesn't have to be fast. Just letting it be whatever pace your body is enjoying. And begin to notice what feels fluid here. What parts of your body feel liquidy and flowing? And then what parts of your body feel structurally sound? Where does it feel stable and strong? Couple more rounds. Letting this be rhythmic. And as you're ready, settling into a space of stillness that feels good for you. Maybe it's in the twist or the fetal position. It doesn't have to be the same thing you did on the other side. One more breath here. A breath out. And as you're ready, you'll slowly roll over and find yourself in a seat. Take your time. Take your time, nice and slow. Letting your ankles crossed. Maybe sitting under, sitting on top of a pillow. And you'll take your hands to your knees and start to just circle. Circle your spine, your ribs. Let your breath move through your body. Go the other direction. Good. And settling right back in the middle, give your shoulders a couple of rolls. We'll do some side body stretches, left hand to your left side, right arm to the right. Breathing in, reach your right arm up and over, take a nice big side body stretch. And as you exhale, people are having trouble with the internet connection today. A couple people have been kicked out. And as you exhale, your right arm is going to come down by your side again. So find a couple of these lifts and then pulling down. Just a couple more, nothing too fancy right here. You might continue to notice a little theme where we find movement in one side, circular movements usually, and the other side stays strong and steady. Breathing in, both arms come up, big stretch, lift your chin, stretch your throat, really open up this space here. And then we'll switch sides. Right hand to the floor, breathe in, left arm up. And just find a couple of these side bends, checking in with where your body is stabilizing and holding strength for you, so that you can be fluid and free in your left arm. One more. And breath out. Give your shoulder another couple rolls, and we'll make our way to hands and knees. If your knees are sensitive, give yourself something to put under your knees, a blanket or something. If your hands or wrists are sensitive, you can make a fist with your thumb out and let your knuckles come to the floor so that your wrist is straight. You can also come to your forearms if that feels better. Lots of options. Find what feels good for you. And start to just take a couple side body bends. Reach your ribs over to one side, make a C curve with your back, and then other side. A lot of times we have trouble breathing in late pregnancy. If you know, you know. And breathing into our side bodies, allowing more space to come through our ribs, can feel really, really good. So kind of stretching out here, so we can start to bring more space into our side bodies as we breathe. Coming back to center, wide fingers, push your hands into the floor, feel your chest get buoyant away from the floor. Hug your baby up to your heart, getting a nice long spine, nice and long. Try to avoid this curving, but keep it nice in the middle. As you're ready, your right leg reaches back nice and long. Engage your right glute and start to lift your right leg. Think about everything getting long here. So if your right leg is really high, just let it be parallel to the earth. Keep everything long for one more breath in, a breath out. And then start to bend your right knee, toes point up. Exhale, right knee to your right arm. It doesn't have to touch, just pull in and breathe in, up and back. So just a couple of these. Let everything be really strong and steady here. Only thing moving is your right leg. So if you're curving and tilting, try to avoid doing that and stay really steady. One more. Next time your right leg is up, re-extend, tap your toes to the earth, give yourself a little calf stretch. And then settle back in the middle and open up, side plank, right arm high. Reaching everything nice and long, hug your baby up to your heart so everything is sturdy through your middle. And then we'll take some big circles with right arm. If you are feeling like you really want an extra challenge today, you can try lifting your right leg. It's a little too much for me today, but you do what works best for you. Other direction with your right arm. Great, and slowly come back down to hands and knees. If you want a wrist break, you can sit back on your heels and kind of shake out your wrist, roll them around. Maybe you want to stay on hands and knees and take some movements there. All right, coming back to hands and knees if you aren't there already. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. So let's set up. So press your hands down, lift your chest away from the floor. Everything is nice and long, belly button to heart, lifting everything long upwards towards the crown of your head. When you're ready, left toes reach back. And lift your left leg using your glutes. Imagine your inner thighs are gently squeezing together. Good. Take another breath here. And when you're ready, bend your left toes, your left knee so your toes are up to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to left arm. Again, keep your whole body really strong and stable so that your left leg can move. Nice. Everything's really steady. And left leg has the movement. Just a couple more here. Press down into your right palm a little bit more. One more to reach up. Next time you reach up, go ahead and pause there. Re-extend your left leg and tap your toes to the earth. Give yourself that calf stretch. And as you're ready, you're going to slide open to a side plank, left arm high. Pause for a moment, find your stability. And when you're ready, take those big circles with your left arm, those big helicopter circles. Going the other direction. Beautiful. Gently draw your hands back to the earth. Widen your knees. Let your toes come towards each other. Find a child's pose. Maybe you take the pillows that you had under your chest. Maybe that feels really good. But make sure your knees are nice and wide so there's room for baby between your thighs. Find what feels good for a couple more breaths. One more breath in. A breath out. And as you're ready, you're going to tuck your toes and slide your hips up and back, finding a downward facing dog. You might shake your hips a little bit side to side. Shift your head, your shoulders. Bend one knee and then the other. 2 more breaths, moving or in stillness, whatever feels good. And as you're ready, walk hands and feet towards each other. Finding a forward fold, let your feet be a little wider, making room for baby between your thighs, soft bend in your knees, drape in. Let this feel good. Let it feel gentle. Sigh. If having your head that low isn't working for you, you can always lift it up a little higher. Halfway lift. You still get the stretch in your legs. Take one more breath. A breath out. And slowly lift all the way up to standing. Take a little shake. Take a sip of water. Adjust yourself. And come to the top of your mat. Let your feet come right under your hips. So your feet are a little bit wider. They're not close together, but you've got like a steady, sturdy base, right? Take a little tiny bend in your knees so you're not, hyperextending your knees, but you've got some flexibility here. Breathe in, reaching all the way up, getting nice and long. Exhale, hands come to your heart and sit in your chair. So bottom back, chest a little forward. Hug baby up to heart, getting nice and steady through your middle. Press down through your right foot and lift just the heel of your left foot. Take a pause. You can stay here, or if you want to work on a different kind of balance, lifting up, bringing your left knee with you. No pressure here. You can stay here or you can keep down, whatever feels good. Take one more breath. As you breathe out, left foot steps all the way back. Finding a high lunge, nice and high through your left heel, bend forward through your right knee. Take a big breath here. A breath out. On your breath in, reach your arms down by your sides, nice and long here, almost like you're gonna rocket shoot forward. All right, on your next breath in, arms are gonna reach out to the sides and then overhead forward. Exhale, arms reach forward and down. Breathe in out to the sides. Exhale, down and forward. Couple more. Kind of like half circles in each direction, or these two directions. Keep bending in your right knee, one more. Next time you breathe in, reach your arms up. Drop your left heel, open up to warrior two. Keep bending forward in your right knee, but press down in your left foot. So you've got this pulling up because of the press down and leaning forward here. Check in with your shoulders. If this is causing some tension up here, bend your elbows, give yourself space. I know I hold a lot of tension here, but I also have a 30-pound 1-year-old. So I always have tension up here from carrying him anyway. So if you have other children, you also are feeling it there for that reason. Take a breath in, a breath out. On your breath in, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm up and over, big side body bend. And exhale, side angle, right elbow to right thigh, left arm high. Breathe in, straighten right leg, right arm up and over. Exhale, right arm to thigh. Find a few of these windmills and check in with where it feels stable, steady, strong, where it feels flowing, fluid, flexible. Got lots of alliteration right here today. Good, one more. Breath out. Next time you lift up, go ahead and pause here. Right arm is high. You might want to walk your left foot in a little bit. You don't have to, but it might feel good considering the next thing we're going to do. You're going to lift up your right toes. Bend your left knee, lean forward, reach your right arm forward. This is called Rainbow Warrior. Straighten your left leg, lift up. Right toes down, bend right knee, warrior two. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So take it slow. Take it a little shallow with the knee bends. You don't need to go at 100%. Go at like 40%. A lot of times we don't give ourselves that space, that breadth that we need. Give it to yourself. There's a lot of pressure in this world for perfection, for living within time limits or a very linear way of looking at things. And birth is not any of that. Neither is parenthood. None of these things are linear, and we need to give ourselves a lot of space, a lot of grace, right? Just one more. You can do it. And next time you come up, turn your right toes to the left, reach your arms up, take a big stretch, and exhale, big forward fold. Shake it out. Big sigh. Maybe you soften your knees and really dive deep into the forward fold. Maybe you're having some blood pressure stuff going on, some indigestion, some dizziness. If that's the case, stay up a little higher. Let your chest be a little lifted. Take 3 breaths wherever you are. Now, as you're ready, lifting up about halfway, look to your right toes, turn your right toes forward and walk your hands inside your right foot. Lift your left heel and drop your left knee. Take a couple of hip circles here, just letting your pelvis kind of roll around. Good. And you're going to walk your right foot forward just a tiny bit. You might not have seen mine move forward, but it did. And start to let your hips come down and forward. And then as you're ready, you're going to lift your hips up and back. Maybe straighten your right leg so it looks kind of like that, but your hands are down. And then bend your right knee. And then straighten it. And then bend, let your hips come down. Just find a few of these, let it feel good. It doesn't need to look exactly like mine does. Maybe bringing your hands down doesn't work and you want to bring your hands up. If that's the case, just keep your foot totally grounded, which means you might not be able to straighten your leg all the way, and that's fine. This is a little easier on your upper body and your hands, but it's a little harder to balance. Just a couple more. Good, and the next time you bend into your right knee and lean forward, you're gonna slide your right foot back. And we're coming to side plank. Right heel drops, right arm lifts. Take a big breath in, right arm reaches overhead, making kind of an arc with your body, like a big rainbow from fingertip to the sole of your right foot. One more breath. And slowly lower it down to hands and knees. Maybe you take a child's pose. Maybe you go right into down dog. Find what feels good. About 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then gently, when you're ready, walking hands and feet towards each other, finding a nice, luxurious forward fold. One more breath. Breath out. And slowly, gently coming all the way up to standing. Shake it out, get some water. Adjust yourself. And we'll come right back to the top of our mats. So this is the top of my mat now, because when we open up, I want to stay facing you. Breath in, reach your arms up. Keep the soft bend in your knees. Exhale, hands to heart, and then sit back into your chair. Hug your baby upward to your heart so everything's steady through your middle. Press down through your left foot and lift your right heel. Pause for a moment. Get your balance. If you'd like, you can stand up, lifting your right knee with you. One more breath here. As you're ready, you'll slowly step your right foot back. Finding a high lunge, leaning forward, nice and high through your right heel, all the way up to your right hip. There's a buoyancy here. Use that buoyancy to bend forward into your left knee. So you've got this space and you're pushing it forward. Good. Right, both hands down by your sides, breath in. Getting nice and long here. As you're ready, you'll breathe in, arms out to the sides, big half circles out to the side. Exhale, sweep it down. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more. Going at the pace of your breath. Last one. And then this time you'll breathe in, reach all the way up. Pause here and super slow, open to warrior 2, dropping your right heel down, readjusting yourself. And again, if your shoulders are not feeling good today, come like this. Press down into your right foot. Feel that buoyancy here in your right hip, so everything's kind of pulling up. Bend forward into your left knee. Noticing the difference there, right? Pausing, finding your strength and stability before we move. Finding it in your feet, your legs. And as you're ready, straighten your left leg, left arm up, big side body bend. And then exhale, left elbow to left thigh, right arm high. Good, just a couple of these. Getting our bodies kind of prepared for this windmill movement that we're going to do to get into Rainbow Warrior. Good, just one more. Leaning in and then lifting up. Stay here, keep lifting long through your left arm, and maybe you lift your left toes. If you want to scoot your right foot in, you can. And then when you're ready, right knee bends, butt back, knee forward, arm forward. Breathe in, exhale, warrior 2. Breathing in, exhale, rainbow warrior. And again, you don't have to go as low as I'm going. You might keep it up a little higher, a little more shallow in the bend, and that's great. Go with what your body is asking for. I know this has been kind of challenging. We're almost done the challenging part of class. I hope it's exhilarating and rejuvenating, and it feels like, oh, I'm glad I moved. A lot of times we have these aches and pains in pregnancy, and we feel this like, oh, we need to stretch. It must be that I need to stretch my muscles. Usually it's actually our muscles going, oh, we need more stability. Our muscles actually don't talk like that at all, but they're like clinging to each other to get more stability. And it makes this achy kind of feeling that trying to come together. So when we can build this sense of strength through our muscles, it brings more stability in our joints. Good. So I know I've been talking a lot while we do this really tricky rainbow warrior. So this is our last one. And now lift up, both toes face the side, big sigh, forward fold. Shake it out. Shake out your shoulders, your arms. You can stay here. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your back, reach your knuckles forward and away from you. If that feels good, stay. If you want to halfway lift, you can halfway lift. Find what feels good. This is your practice. This is all about you feeling good. Another big breath in, breath out. Gently lifting up about halfway. Look towards your left toes, turn your left toes forward. Hands come to the inside of your left foot, lift your right heel, and then let your right knee come to the floor. Take your hip circles, nice and big. This is one of my favorite things. Just hip circles. Go the other direction. Settle right back in the middle. Maybe you walk your left toes forward a little bit. Let your hips drop down. And then hips come back. Maybe you straighten your left leg and lift your left toes. Again, it looks kind of like this. And you can also come up and do it just like this. I would recommend keeping your foot flat since you can get a little wobbly. Or maybe you keep your hands down. You know what you need. Try them out if you're not sure. Check in with your breath. Good. Next time you're bending into your left knee, go ahead and stay there. Ground in through your hands. Left foot slides back. We'll find our side plank. Left heel drops. Spiral open to the left side. And left arm is high. Pausing here for a second. And when you're ready, left arm reaches up and over. Big side body stretch. Big rainbow arc through your body. One more breath. Good, slowly, carefully. Drop down to a child's pose. Maybe you take pillows under your chest. If child's pose doesn't feel good, pick something else that feels really good. Maybe you go lay on your sofa. Maybe you lay on your side. Just let it feel good. So many options. Maybe you have a birthing ball and you want to lean over that. One more breath. Breath out. Slowly, slowly, lifting yourself up. You'll find yourself in a comfortable seat. Gone through all my pillows today. We're going to take a couple stretches. So bring the soles of your feet together first, knees wide. And you're gently going to press your knees down into the earth. Take a breath in, nice and tall. And exhale, start to lean forward. Take a pause. A big breath in. A breath out. Soften your shoulders a little bit. And as you're ready, lift your chest. Extend your left leg. And cross your right ankle just above your left knee. So you're making this kind of number 4. If this doesn't feel good, widen your left leg and bring your right foot and shin to the floor. Both of these positions will get you the same thing, just one's maybe a little bit more comfortable for you. Take a breath in, getting nice and tall, long through your spine. And as you exhale, really lean forward. Maybe you rest your elbows on your legs, maybe on the floor. Find what feels good for you. I kind of like keeping my hands flat. Soft elbows, soft shoulders, create space in your upper body. Two more breaths here. Slowly walking your hands back to your body. Good. Right leg extends. Left foot draws in. So finding what feels good on this side. Maybe you're making the figure 4 with your legs disconnected, or maybe you're crossing them over the other one. Find what feels good. Gently press down through your left knee and shin. Take a breath in, feel everything get taller. And then as you're ready, lean forward, exhale. Let your head relax. Your shoulders relax, jaw, throat, belly. One more breath. Breath out. And slowly walk back. Nice. So you're going to find yourself in a comfortable laying down position. So you might lay on your side the same way we started class. You might want to lay on your back, but bolstered up. So you might take some pillows so that the pillows here in the back are a little higher. And this pillow here is a little lower. Keep your bottom on the ground and then lean back so you're laying on an incline. I know it doesn't look like much where I'm laying, but it feels really nice. You can just rest, maybe knees bend. So many options. So many. So find what feels good. We'll do a little meditation together. So get comfortable, get cozy. Take any movements you want to take so that you can feel 5 or 10% more comfortable. Wonderful. As you're ready, begin to close your eyes. Notice your breath, the beating of your heart. And begin to bring your awareness, your attention to your baby. Maybe you even take your hands to your belly, noticing what's shifted, changed on the surface of your body. It may be a small change, it may be a big one. And feeling this topography. Maybe you start to imagine where baby is in your body, where the placenta is, and where the cord might be. Imagining what your baby must be feeling like, getting nourishment, love, feeling cozy and warm, connected to you, very physically connected to you. How wonderfully content they must feel. Maybe you
Even begin to imagine how baby is moving or their position if you're later on in pregnancy. Maybe you imagine how they're kicking and shifting if they are, in fact, kicking right now. And spending the next few minutes just exploring, visualizing, feeling this connection with your baby. Beginning to widen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Taking any movements that would feel good for your body to take right now. Stretches, sighs, swallowing, yawning. Maybe making some bigger movements. And then as you're ready, you'll shift yourself up into a comfortable seat. As you come up into a comfortable seat, take your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your baby, and bow your head to both. We'll close with some words from the book Revolutionary Motherhood. What we see as the most crucial and challenging work of our time is the practice of mothering as an alternative building practice of valuing ourselves and each other and creating the world we deserve. Bringing a breath into the center of you, giving it back. Thank you all so much for joining me today, joining each other, for moving, breathing, and being together. I highly recommend the book, Revolutionary Motherhood, if you haven't read it. It's fantastic. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you are looking for a doula, postpartum or prenatal, let me know. I've got some openings coming up. And that's it. And my name is Jess Gruber if you are looking for me later. And I post a lot of videos on Instagram, doing the thing. So find me there, we'll chat. And that's it. Thank you, Bethan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Thanks, Myra.